Legal challenges continue to hinder president. As President Donald Trump presses forward with his second-term agenda, a series of legal roadblocks are emerging, leaving many of his key initiatives in limbo. Judges across the country are stepping in to block several of the president's executive orders, which has sparked a debate about the power of the judiciary to intervene in executive decision-making. Military policy under fire. One of the most significant legal setbacks for the Trump administration comes from a recent ruling by U.S. District Judge Anna Reyes, an appointee of President Joe Biden. Reyes blocked Trump's executive order that sought to ban transgender individuals from openly serving in the military. She ruled that the policy was unconstitutional, citing the equal protection rights of transgender service members and questioning the premise that there are only two biological sexes. Reyes delayed the enforcement of her ruling until Friday, giving the Trump administration time to appeal the decision. In response, White House Deputy Chief of Staff Stephen Miller criticized the ruling, calling it an overreach by the courts into military affairs. The administration has vowed to appeal the decision, continuing its legal battle over the transgender military ban. More court setbacks for Trump's policies. Beyond the military ban, the Trump administration is facing numerous legal challenges in other areas. Another federal judge, an Obama appointee, blocked efforts to shut down the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, a move that Trump had argued was necessary for the country's foreign policy. This ruling is another example of the judiciary stepping in to prevent the president from enacting certain aspects of his agenda. Additionally, a judge halted the Environmental Protection Agency's efforts to eliminate climate change grants worth $20 billion, another blow to Trump's environmental policies. These legal challenges reflect the growing resistance to Trump's executive actions from the courts. A surge in judicial interventions. As of March 15th, at least 46 rulings have temporarily paused parts of President Trump's initiatives. This represents an unprecedented number of judicial interventions, especially in just the first few months of the administration. Critics argue that this is making it difficult, if not impossible, for the president to govern effectively. In contrast to the Trump administration's recent experience, over the past century, only 27 nationwide injunctions have been issued against presidents. This highlights the scale of legal challenges that Trump is facing and the growing role of the judiciary in shaping the direction of his presidency. Constitutional questions at the core. Many of the legal challenges to Trump's policies center around constitutional questions. For example, can the president make decisions about military readiness? Does the executive branch have the authority to remove individuals who are in the country illegally? These questions strike at the heart of presidential power, and the courts are now being called upon to provide answers. Critics argue that these decisions are being made prematurely, with courts blocking presidential actions without fully evaluating the merits of the cases. This raises the question of whether judges are overstepping their role by making decisions that are more appropriately handled by the executive branch. Trump's criticism of the judiciary. President Trump has been vocal in his criticism of the judiciary, particularly when rulings block his administration's actions on immigration and national security. In one high-profile case, Trump called for the impeachment of Judge James Boasberg, an Obama appointee, after Boasberg ruled against the administration's efforts to deport violent gang members. Trump contended that this was a decision that should be left to the president, not a local judge. This criticism prompted a rare response from Chief Justice John Roberts, who defended the independence of the judiciary, emphasizing the long-standing tradition of judicial independence in the United States. He cautioned against politicizing the judiciary by calling for the impeachment of judges, reminding the public that the judiciary operates within its constitutional role to provide checks on executive power, national security and immigration policies under scrutiny. One of the most contentious issues in the legal battles surrounding Trump's presidency is the administration's immigration policies. In particular, the case involving the deportation of members of the Tren de Aragua gang has raised questions about the president's authority to remove dangerous criminals from the country. The Trump administration invoked the Alien Enemies Act to justify the deportations, but the legality of using this statute for such actions is being questioned in court.